okay? Glad we could talk this through.
Mrs. Hunter, in your own time, could you please take us through your father's last wishes?
Objection, Your Honour. The witness is being asked to speculate.
With due respect, I'm not asking her to speculate, simply recall a direct conversation.
The objections overruled. The witness may answer.
Well, he just had a heart attack and he was very anxious, and he told me that if things didn't go well, then he didn't want to be hooked up to a machine and made to linger.
So it's safe to say that Robbie was simply following his grandfather's wishes?
Yes, that's where Robbie would have...
Your Honour, this witness cannot be an impartial judge to the defendant's intent in killing his grandfather.
And I object to the prosecution's deliberately malicious characterization of the charge, Your Honour.
I'm going to sustain both objections. The prosecution will refrain from using prejudicial language, and the defence will move away from this line of questioning.
Mrs. Hunter, what sort of son is Robbie?
Well, he's all that a mother could hope for. He's very kind and gentle, and, I mean, when I see him with his wife and daughter, I just...
Forgive me, Your Honour, but I fail to see the relevance.
I'm simply trying to establish his good character, Your Honour.
That has little to do with this case.
I'm forced to agree. Again, I will ask the defence to find another line of questioning.
I have no further questions of this witness, Your Honour.
Mrs. Hunter, you wanted to turn off your father's life support, didn't you?
Yes, because that's what he wanted me to do.
And why didn't you do it? Was that because Amanda Walters, your father's wife, went to court to stop you?
Well, it wasn't what any of us wanted.
She did obtain a court order to maintain life support, did she not? Sorry?
Yes.
And what was the reaction within your family to that order?
Well, none of us were happy about it.
And yet your son acted alone. Why was that? I'll put it to you. It's because you all knew the ramifications of breaking the law, but that Robbie didn't care.
He did care. He cared too much to see his grandfather suffer. He did what was best for the whole family. I mean, he did what was best for my father.
This will contain herself to the questions only, or she will be in contempt.
I'll put it to you again, Mrs. Hunter. There was a court order specifically forbidding the removal of your father's life support, which your son knowingly ignored. Isn't that true? Excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you. Graham Walters is dead because his life support was removed, and Robbie Hunter admits that he removed it. Now, the defence wants you to look past that. They want you to set aside the fact that he ignored a court order and instead see Robbie Hunter the good son, the young husband and father that loved his grandfather so much that he felt compelled to kill him. Oh, he may very well be a good man, but he broke the law in this instance, and now he must face the consequences. That means the only verdict available to you on the evidence presented is guilty as charged.
The truth of the matter is, Mr. Walters' death was occasioned by a stroke so massive it left him with irreversible brain damage, trapped in a way he explicitly told his daughter he did not want. You heard the doctor's evidence. He was never going to recover. So my client was faced with an impossible choice. Either watch the man he loved linger endlessly, or let him go the way he wanted. And the choice was further complicated by the court order we have heard so much about. A court order that was issued by a judge who was later found to be corrupt. There were no choices here, ladies and gentlemen. Just tragedy at every turn. Did Robbie end his grandfather's life? Or did he give him back his dignity? Did he commit a crime? Or was it an act of courage? So in considering this case, you have to decide what sort of world you want to live in. A world governed by inflexible laws that punish people with kind hearts and the courage of their convictions, or A world where the spirit of the law is allowed to live and grow as we do. Laws can only be changed if you have the courage to change them. And Robbie Hunter has given you that chance. I just hope you're brave enough to reward him for it. So as you retire to consider your verdict, I'd like you all to ask yourselves a question. Is there anything you wouldn't do for the people you love?
I think I might make some tea and coffee.
I'll give you a hand, sir.
You know, all things considered, I reckon it looked like it went okay to me.
Too right. I saw some friendly faces amongst that jury.
Yeah.
What do you think, Morag?
Well, I'm pleased we weren't laughed out of court.
Of course we weren't. You were fantastic.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go that far.
I would. You were really great.